Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Dez Bryant, certainly one of the go-to guys, if not the go-to guy for this offensive unit.
One of the most talked about players in the league, as well as one of the most productive receivers. He attacks the football downfield.
He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
First down, Prescott. And this will be incomplete. The Cowboys' all-time receptions leader, Jason Witten, the intended target. And it's second down. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
When Bobby Wagner's career is said and done, people are going to look back and say he was an absolute steal in the NFL draft. A Pro Bowl player for any team.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. A second down throw for Prescott. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And with his Seahawks defense, of course, will now be tracking how they replace Earl Thomas. You know, he had the collision in Week 13 with his teammate Cam Chancellor, broken leg. What a big loss for them.
A monster loss, because remember, Earl Thomas is maybe the best center field safety in the game. Guy covers a lot of ground and erases mistakes made by other people. And before, a couple of weeks ago, when he missed a game with a hamstring injury, he had never missed a game in the NFL. So they miss his toughness, they miss his intelligence. And he did say on social media, though, that teammate Cam Chancellor owes him a mistake, because in that collision, that's how he ended up breaking his leg.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier and knock him down for a loss.
Second down, Prescott. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. So still in search of the first down after that last completion. It's a keeper with Prescott. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him the first.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. On second down, Elliott. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. First and goal at the 3-yard line now. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's the fullback taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Tyrone Crawford in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. On second down, here's Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. A second down carry for Procise. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with third and just a yard.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So it is third down now, but less than a yard to go. They'll run for it now. Here's Marcel Reese. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on.
It's caught outright by Graham. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, Makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
On first down, Wilson. Forced out to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Complete to Gavin Escobar, the tight end. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this.
Flex round! Flex round! Let's go! What? Let's go! Check. Ohio! Let's go! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And that play went. Now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Offense needs something here on second down. It is 2nd and long. 1 man in the backfield, Elliott. Prescott now on 2nd down. Complete to Bryant. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
Prescott to throw it. Going right side, he has Witten. Good to see Witten make that catch. In Week 13 versus Minnesota, held catchless for the first time since 2008. It was 130 straight games.
And after the game, he said it didn't matter to him, which I find hard to believe because there is a certain amount of pride to having that streak. But I think Jason Witten is loving the fact that his Cowboys team is on a roll and has aspirations of a Super Bowl, and that trumped the fact that he didn't catch a football.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. That's caught at the 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A 2nd down throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Terrence Williams in the final seconds into the first half, and the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And left side here, it's Graham. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Prescott from the gun on third. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Now Elliott, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using the offensive lineman sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. Now Prescott. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time. And it's 4th down. The Cowboys will turn it over now to Dan Bailey for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Now flags come in before the kick. Clearly there was contact. Who was at fault? The Cowboys will turn it over now to Dan Bailey for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So put another 3 on the board. And all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the 3rd quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting.
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin. 54 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Wilson, flushed out right. And he'll get in for the 2 points, as that'll cut the lead down from 11 to 9. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
One man on the backfield, Elliott. Prescott now on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. 23 yards on the play.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll come out in the pistol. On the counter, Elliott. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. 2nd down, Prescott. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Fresh set of downs here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Simple slant route and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route. Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They've had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they've had some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop him here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that stretches this lead to 20-8. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, Every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to get him for his second sack of the night. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Third and long. It's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.